Hi, my name is Houston Miller, and for my theory, competency, I did elaboration and likelihood model, which I found really interesting. I actually wrote my application log 5 about it. And I just wanted to expand on it a little bit more because of the word count restraint on the application log. But really, the elaboration likelihood model talks about two different types of routes that people take when they're thinking about something and or being persuaded about something. There's two routes. There's a central route and the peripheral route. The central route really just means like I'm taking in depth what is being said, what I'm thinking about, the facts of it, and really scrutinizing the message and trying to figure out the most I can figure out about the facts and see if that's the right thing to believe as well. Then there's the peripheral route, which is more, you're going to let a lot of outside interference. You're going to have a lot of things that want to influence you to think differently than what the true message is. You're going to have a lot of things that are going to be in your ear that says, don't believe this because of these reasons. You're going to look at the person talking to you, and you can think, all right, well, this person seems like they know what they're talking about. They talk fluently. They're attractive, or they dress nice, or something. And that's going to say, like, start to believe what they're saying. So I actually put those together with college football recruiting and how coaches talk about their programs and talk about how they will always essentially use the peripheral route to try and convince an athlete to come to their university because obviously, one, they need them, or they think they need them, and they want to elaborate on everything that they have, like the facilities and stuff like that. But that will come more later on in the in the discussion. But whenever it talks about message elaboration, you got to think about what argument you're using to persuade the person that you're talking to about a certain issue, and if you're going to be able to get that person to get along with you and what you're saying. So it comes to trigger points whenever I was talking about peripheral route. And so a couple of things are reciprocation, consistency, social proof, so on, authority, scarcity, and stuff like that. And so like reciprocation would be essentially like, you come to my school, I can start you. Or I want to start you when you get here, and they'll stay with the same consistent story. Like, you come here, you're going to get this, you're going to have this, you're going to have all these things, and they'll show you all the things that you can get, and they're going to show you things that appeal to you, and they'll say, if you don't come here right now or you don't commit immediately, we have a scarcity of spots or a scarcity of scholarships, you might not have a chance. So they're going to derail them from the original message of, should I go to this school because I like this university, I like this program, and I like what I can learn there, or am I just going to listen to all the extra benefits I get while I'm there, which is the facilities and stuff like that. So when you're talking about the effort putting into trying to elaborate on something to motivate someone, the two people, Richard Petty and John Casipio, they talked about, like, people want to be correct when they're talking. They want to understand what they're talking about and feel correct. So they can only think about so many things at one time, and they can only scrutinize a couple ideas and say, this is something I put a lot of effort in. So that person will start to really narrow down on what they're thinking of, and they're motivated by the ideas put in their ear and what they're trying to get accomplished. So they have a desire to seek clarity, as said in the PowerPoint in the book, and you just think through these things. So people want to be correct about what they're talking about, and depends on if the person can do it or not. You got to eliminate distractions and stuff like that, and interruptions and things that get in the way of the relevant issue and everything that you need to be talking about. And it just depends on if the message is appealing or not for people to believe in it. So it depends, can the person actually elaborate on something and get someone to believe what they're talking about? And so the other thing is, there's two types of elaboration. There's objective and bias. So objective is, it says it says bottom up thinking. So you're going to talk about the facts first without being biased towards those, and then you see where it goes from there. I mean, you don't have a good way or a bad way. And then bias is you're talking about yourself, you're talking about the program, everything more than what the true meaning of what you're talking about is. And you got to look at different aspects of everything that you're talking about, like the credibility of who you're speaking with, the message content, the cues, what this person's trying to say to me, how they're trying to get it to me, if it's interesting enough. And they're going to try and get you to take the peripheral route instead of listening to the central route and understanding what you're talking about. And if you don't follow that, then you're really just going to fall up in a trap. So someone who was really critiquing it was I believe his name, how to pronounce it, was Nilsson, and he was talking about, people want to be persuasive and talking about what they're doing and talking about their ability to exercise their free choice. And he said, only a self-determining being can be a moral being. Without significant choice, there's no morality. So he's really saying, people need to elaborate and think about their own central thought process before anything else. And it would take a lot of time for people to understand that's where we really need to be and how to clarify everything that they're going through. And that's pretty much the elaboration likelihood model. Thank you.